Welcome to Richard and Greg, a channel dedicated to discussion, debate and argument on a whole array of topics. Since the beginning of the coronavirus epidemic or contagion, governments and so-called experts of all kinds have given us advice. Whilst the situation is undoubtedly serious, if not truly dire, we thought we would share with you a parody, actually making fun of some of the guidelines that certainly we've been given in the United Kingdom and many that are shared around the world, with the underlying point of how ridiculous or opaque they truly are. So here goes. Funny but kinda true. Coronavirus UK rules parody. 1. You must not leave the house for any reason, but if you have a reason, you can leave the house. 2. Masks are useless at protecting you against the virus, but you may have to wear one because it can save lives. But they may not work, but they may be mandatory, but maybe not. 3. Shops are closed except for those shops that are open. 4. You must not go to work, but you can get another job and go to work. 5. You should not go to the doctors or to the hospital unless you have to go there, unless you are too poorly to go there. 6. This virus can kill people, but don't be scared of it. It can only kill those people who are vulnerable, or those people who are not vulnerable people. It's possible to contain and control it, sometimes, except that sometimes it actually leads to a global disaster. 7. Gloves won't help, but they can still help, so wear them sometimes, or not. 8. Stay at home, but it's important to go out. 9. There is no shortage of groceries in the supermarket, but there are many things missing. Sometimes you won't need loo rolls, but you should buy some, just in case you need them. 10. The virus has no effect on children, except those children it affects. 11. Animals are not affected, but there is still a cat that tested positive in Belgium in February when no one had been tested, plus a few tigers here and there. 12. Stay 2 meters away from tigers, see point 11. 13. You will have many symptoms if you get the virus, but you can also get symptoms without getting the virus. Get the virus without having any symptoms, or be contagious without having symptoms, or be non-contagious with symptoms. 14. To help protect yourself, you should eat well and exercise, but eat whatever you have on hand, as it's better not to go out shopping. 15. It's important to get fresh air, but don't go to parks, but go for a walk. But don't sit down except if you are old, but not for too long, or if you are pregnant, or if you're not old or pregnant but need to sit down. If you do sit down, don't eat your picnic. 16. Do not visit old people, but you have to take care of the old people and bring them food and medication. 17. If you are sick, you can go out when you are better, but anyone else in your household can't go out when you are better unless they need to go out. 18. You can get restaurant food delivered to the house. These deliveries are safe, but groceries you bring back to your house have to be decontaminated outside for 3 hours, including pizzas. 19. You can't see your older mother or grandmother, but they can take a taxi and meet an older taxi driver. 20. You are safe if you maintain the safe social distance when out, but you can't go out with friends or strangers at the safe social distance. 21. The virus remains active on different surfaces for 2 hours or 4 hours or 6 hours. I mean days, not hours. But it needs a damp environment, or a cold environment that is warm and dry in the air as long as the air is not plastic. 22. Schools are closed, so you need to home educate your children unless you can send them to school because you're not at home. If you are at home, you can home educate your children using various portals and virtual classrooms, unless you have poor internet or more than one child and only one computer, or you are working from home. Baking cakes can be considered maths, science, or art. If you are home educating, you can include household chores within their education. If you are home educating, you can start drinking at 10 a.m. 23. If you're not home educating children, you can also start drinking at 10 a.m. 24. The number of corona-related deaths will be announced daily, but we don't know how many people are infected, as they are only testing those who are almost dead to find out if that's what they will die of. The people who die of corona who aren't counted won't be counted. 25. You should stay in lockdown until the virus stops infecting people, but it will only stop infecting people if we all get infected. So it's important we get infected and some don't get infected. 26. You can join your neighbours for a street party and turn your music up for an outside disco, and your neighbours won't call the police. But people in another street are allowed to call the police about your music. And 27. No business will go down due to the coronavirus, except those businesses that will go down due to the coronavirus. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope you enjoyed that discussion. If you wish to help support this channel, we've placed various Amazon links in the description box below, all of which are self-explanatory, and any purchases from which we shall receive a small commission to help grow the channel further. Meanwhile, please do not forget to subscribe and press the bell sign so that you're notified of any future videos as and when they are published. In addition, we have 2 complimentary channels, the first Illuminati Silver and the second Trump for President 2020. And if either of these are of interest to you, then kindly go over to those likewise and subscribe. Until next time.